Hi, everyone. Welcome to the May webinar from the Bid Lab. Today, we are going to be discussing how to bid locally, and we're going to be using New York, and my background is a good example, but I'm going to be using New York as an example today. I am particularly interested in this because we really have been getting a lot of inquiries about local bids. And a lot of times people ask me, what do I have experience with a specific local, government or something? And so what I wanted to do today is really use this as an opportunity to go through what you can do to prepare yourself and your organization for a local bid. Now, we here at the Bid Lab, we work on local bids, we work on state bids, and we work on federal bids. But we really do especially for first-time bidders, we always say a local bid is probably your best bet to start. Federal bids are very, really great, but there's unique requirements for federal bids. And in a subsequent webinar, we will be taking on, how to bid for federal government opportunities. And so, the first tip that I would say on local bids, and let's talk about New York as an example. But by all means, you are more than welcome to submit any questions or comments about, New Jersey or Texas or California or Hawaii. We have experience working with each and every state and their local requirements. And it's really, these 5 rules will apply to every state. You don't have to worry if you're not from New York. It's okay. And if you are from New York, definitely reach out to us and let us know if we've missed anything. So the first thing I would say is know where to look. Every state has its own way of posting bids, and every state has to post their bids. But every state has its own place of posting its unique, local bidding, website. And so most of the time you can find things on FedBizOpps, so that's for federal opportunities that are from state governments. But all in all, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to the right bids for your organization. So if you are in real estate, for instance, which we have a number of real estate clients, if you're in real estate, for instance, and you're bidding in New York, a great resource for you would be the New York City Economic Development Corporation. They post RFP opportunities, nycedc.org or .gov. Go check it out right now. If you're in real estate, it is so good. Specific to your industry, and it just has real estate development, leasing, and other opportunities in the real estate world in New York. That's just one example. If you are, most of the time what you can do is you can I suggest always making a list of 3 to 5 databases in your local state and really figuring out what would be appropriate for you. So, do you check that out every week, every 2 weeks, every day? Depending on kind of the volumes that you're looking at in your state would be appropriate. In a place like New York or California, I would say, definitely look even almost every day or every other day, because you don't want to wait until, a week goes by that you just find something. But if you're in a state like, Louisiana has a lot of bidding opportunities. Or if you're in a state like Iowa that has quite a few, quite relatively few RFP opportunities, I would say, you could shows RFPs, and those are RFP opportunities. It's really a fun time, I would say, to look through these and to see what your state is focusing on, and what they've gotten the budget for and what they're looking to do. But that really brings me into the second, tip that we have here at the Bid Lab that we always tell people, and it's get certified. Get that local certification. If you are a New York-based company or a Los Angeles-based company, getting that local certification is very key, and I'll tell you why. A lot of times, people or organizations, government organizations, actually provide extra points to companies that are locally based. We actually worked on a bid for a client that was based out of Florida that bid on something in California. And the requirement within the RFP, because it was for Los Angeles, was that you had to use a local firm as a subcontractor to meet a certain level of the requirements. And so what we did was we teamed up with a local firm because we weren't one. But you as a local firm, if you're certified and you're already on these things, you can already get business development opportunities that you would not have otherwise seen. So I totally recommend, taking a look, getting certified, getting yourself on the government portals, and pre-negotiated as a vendor on those portals. Have the government already understand and get extra points, and that will really give you a leg up, especially for those small, medium-sized businesses. For small businesses, get certified as a small business. For women-owned businesses, get certified as women-owned. Minority, same thing. All these points are super important, and you can get locally certified as well. So by all means, go for it. And if you have questions about any of this, first of all, the first point, knowing where to look. If you need help knowing where to look, you can totally reach out to the Bid Lab. We are here to help you. We have a custom bid finder service where we actually match up bidding opportunities with organizations like yours. So we know where to look for you. And what we do is we go through a bunch of attributes and we actually allocate them according to different bidding opportunities so that we make sure we only deliver you with the best and the more relevant opportunities for your organization. And for the second thing of getting certified, we totally help companies get certified all the time. We're in the midst of doing this for 3 companies right now. So it's not a question of whether it's difficult, but it's whether do you have the time and the resources to pay attention to doing this correctly. If you don't, hand it off to us. We're happy to help, and we really love doing those things. The third component, and this is something that I think people really just don't understand, is really understanding your local requirements. Every state has local bidding requirements. We very much see a difference between, even for instance, going back to New York, between New York and New Jersey, some of the requirements are very different. And you can actually see New Jersey right there. If it was shifted a little bit that way, you can see New Jersey right there. And even being so close in proximity, there are definitely differences in their requirements bidding for a New York-based bid and a New Jersey-based bid. Now, understand that every RFP will tell you what those requirements are, but you just need to know where to look. So for instance, New Jersey, we're working with a client right now on over 40 bids right now. Shout out to Jump Ahead Pediatrics. But they have a very unique requirement that they have to have their New Jersey business certification every time. They have to have a non-collusion affidavit every time. That's specific to New Jersey. However, none of their RFPs actually require them to be women certified or local certified. And so, if they were bidding in New York, that would be a totally different story where they get extra points for those things. And so you have to know where to look. You have to know what to look out for. And really, if you're not sure, just ask. My biggest thing is people just don't ask. I'm like, just go for it. What's the worst that they can say? It's in the RFP. Ask the people that are issuing the RFP if there's any other requirements that you've missed that are local to the state that you're in. The fourth thing that I would say, and now things are going to start getting a bit more, higher level, is, get creative. A lot of times people just use the same templates over and over and over again, and that's okay. Templates are fantastic and they're a great way to get efficient in your response process, but make sure that template looks beautiful. Make sure that template actually looks creative, and then go for it. Stand out from the crowd and be creative in your approach. Look behind me. This state and this city have not been built on just trying to do the status quo. Look at the colorful buildings in the background. Standing out is something that people very much value and pay particular attention to. It's important to stay creative and to be creative, and it really demonstrates to the evaluator that you care about this. So I would say find a way in your local market that you can get creative and to stand out from the rest of the pack. Meaning, in New York, everyone really, and let's say you're in the financial industry and you're a New York-based company, I could probably tell you what your RFP would look like, just because everyone kind of follows the same template and it's a joke. We've won bids because we get creative with how we can stand out from the pack and then they're going through a packet of RFP responses, and all of a sudden they get to the big, beautiful, colorful one. Who are they going to pay more attention to? It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily go against the requirements or be a little too crazy. I mean, there's a fine line, and we can help you. The Bid Lab creates templates all the time. We have a fantastic design team. Totally come to us. We're definitely happy to help. But that, on the flip side, is get efficient. Do not reinvent the wheel every time you're submitting a bid, especially for the same local, bidding agency. They oftentimes reuse the same RFP requirements over and over and over again. So make sure you incorporate those into your templates and incorporating them into your creativity. How can you demonstrate that without, really having to be boring and mundane in your response? But be efficient about it. There should always be a starting point with the template. I saw another organization was telling, another bidding company that was saying, don't use a template. I disagree entirely. Be efficient about how you're responding. And the last thing, and I know I'm giving an extra thing, and this is the sixth thing, but this actually came up last night when I was with a client, and they were asking me if they should be a subcontractor for a bid. And this is something that I actually tell clients all the time, is there's no reason why you should be a subcontractor other than for local business requirements. I don't believe in working as a subcontractor. I don't really see a benefit of it. It really just complicates things. Become a prime, and then you could learn how to partner with other companies locally that can also provide different parts of the bid response that you could maybe not handle. So, in all, and the Bid Lab can help you with each of these things, so please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Know where to look, get certified, understand local requirements, be creative, be efficient, and partner with another local firm. Between those 6 things, you will be way ahead of your competition. If this didn't cover what you're looking for, I want to invite you guys to check out our Forbes Business Council webpage. By typing in my name, Maurice Ferrari, into Forbes Business Council, you'll find a couple of new articles that we've written over the last month. And that actually goes into local bidding requirements. And so I definitely invite you to look there. I also welcome you to go to thebidlab.com, visiting our resource center that has a bunch of free articles, featured bids that are local. And so I totally recommend going to check that out. We're updating our case studies for more local bids. So I invite you to go check that out. But you're always welcome to reach out to me. We offer free consultations. If you're working with a bid and you're struggling, there's no reason why you need to struggle. We enjoy doing these all day, every day. It's all we do is bidding. Talk to my team. Everyone on my team loves bidding. So hand it off to us. We can work with you to make it the best looking bid in the pile, and just the best bid in the pile. We help you with pricing, project management, organization, efficiency, creativity, all of that. And with that, I will say happy Friday. And it's the end of May, so officially, I guess we are in summer. So enjoy the rest of your summers, and we will see you here for the next webinar at the end of June. Have a good one, and enjoy your weekend.